Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Small Talk with Compa. I am your host, Denier.
Yo, this is Will. Happy to be here. Episode 2. Ooh, it's going to be a good one. Sorry.
We are excited, very excited for this episode. Also want to thank from the bottom of our hearts to all those listeners. We really appreciate the support. You guys know who you are. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing the amount of support that we are receiving. I believe that, with our family and friends, there's other individuals that are listening to our podcast from different places. And so we want to give our thanks and our gratitude to you guys. Thank you so much for listening. We're just going to get better. We're just getting started. And I am so pumped up for this episode. I am so pumped up for just this journey. And let's get this started. I'm ready.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be very, very, very sports focused. So ladies, bear with us. And for my sports fanatic ladies, I hope you guys enjoy it because there's going to be a lot of sports, mainly baseball, a lot of baseball talk. You know what? It's going to start now.
$765 million. I repeat that again. $765 million.
That is correct, sir.
Diablo. Dude, Soto's family is set for generations. I'm talking about like his great grandkids are set. This is unbelievable. Brother, Uncle Steven, he came through. He had to. What are your thoughts about that?
Uncle Steve, he's got deep pockets. He can do that. He's got a lot of money. We all know that. Just richest owner in baseball. It's great. It's good to be a Met fan right now. It's everybody that I've spoken to, at least from my Mets chat, they're all really happy about it. Questionable about the money in the years. If you really look at it, he's going to be playing until he's like 40 if he stays with us. But it's a good time to be a Met fan, man. It's great. I think it's gonna be good for at least the 5 years until his option comes up. So I'm really happy. I'm really stoked. A lot of money, but which means that, Met fans and anybody that goes to the stadium get ready to pay $50 in parking and like $30 for a beer.
You're not kidding. It's going to be insane. But you know what? You guys have, and I'm repeating, this is going to be a broken record because I'm going to repeat this over and over within the podcast, but a generational baseball player, a type of player that commands the strike zone. I never seen anyone like that since Barry Bonds. Or if I want to go further, even to, Tony Gwynn. I've spoken with a couple of individuals that, they're older than me and, they're comparing him to like Ted Williams and other type. I mean, I can't really relate because I really didn't see Ted Williams play. I mean, there is recordings and obviously, but it's a different generation. But I did see Barry Bonds and I did see Tony Gwynn, and that's the closest to what I could relate to when it comes to Juan Soto. I mean, this kid is only 25 years old. 26. I stand corrected. 26 years old. And to be able to command that strike zone at such a young age, you just have to imagine the mentality to have that. I mean, it's insane. It is something great to watch. And I want to send my congratulations to the Mets, to the Mets organization, to the Mets fans, because you got a player that is going to change your organization. I think it's going to change your lineup. It's going to make your lineup super, and I repeat, super better from 1 through 9. And he's that type of player that once he starts getting, started and he's on fire, everyone's going to catch.
Yeah, I mean, this kid is just, he's a really good baseball player. Like you said, he sees the strike zone well at such a young age. He's only 26, like we mentioned. He's got a World Series under his belt. 2019, actually, is when they won the World Series.
Yeah, because 2020 was the Dodgers.
I mean, this, like you mentioned, this kid changes the lineup drastically. You know, where do you put him? On the 3-hole, the 4-hole?
Yeah. Me personally, I second, just because you want to get as much bats per game.
Right. I mean, I think for me, I would put him third because then that would put Francisco at first, Nimmo, and then him, and then followed by the cleanup, who's probably going to be Vientos. No, but just overall, it's a great time to be a Met fan. Like I said, I can't wait for opening day. Really, really, really excited. And I honestly don't think the Mets are done. You know, like Uncle Steve has got a lot of money. I don't think he's done shopping.
What's the next move?
You know, last year we had a good run in the postseason, but we fell a pitch short and we walked too many players. And we all know that pitching, for the most part, wins baseball. And we were short an arm, maybe two. And I think that's the next move for us. I would like to see Pete Alonso, but I don't think he's gonna come back. And then we need a third baseman, because if Pete Alonso goes, they'll probably move Vientos to first. But we also have Ronnie, who tore his ACL and he didn't play last year, but he's on pace to be back. I'm not sure if he's gonna be ready for opening day, but he's probably gonna be the third baseman, or Beatty, but he could be the possible third baseman, young kid as well.
I mean, listen, right now the Mets have a great future. What they did last year was amazing. Just to kind of put it into perspective, you know, everyone counting them out from the very beginning. I'll be guilty to say that I was one of them. But, you know, the way they came back was incredible. And, I mean, obviously they're going to feed on that. And, you know, Soto saw that, you know, and he was able to kind of understand where this team is going. I'm pretty sure, you know, they have a lot of plans in regards to fixing and making this team better. So, you know, I try not to focus on the Mets more than the Yankees, because I have a lot of things to say about that. But, you know, it is great for you guys, and I really am happy for you, for the Met fans, for my compadre, to be able to have this historic signing. $765 million. God damn it, that's a lot of money. You know, to be quite honest, like, I was just asking this question, and I want to ask the public too, you know, because this is something that I need to, you know, ask and want to hear your opinions. Is he really worth $765 million?
That's a lot of money. I mean, is anybody really worth that much money? Like, they're not gonna live to spend all that money, which is, I mean, it's fine. The man got paid. By the way, real quick pause. Somebody in my realm said that we say the word compa too much, but that's the brand, right?
That is the brand. We say compa all the time because that's what we are, you know, and that's the name of that. You know, if people don't know what compa is this basically a cultural thing when it comes to our Mexican heritage? Compadre,
Latino.
Latinos.
Yeah.
Compadre is more of a way of saying brother, but also is a title that we hold so dearly, because it's more of the religious part of it is also involved, where a compadre is gonna help you and your wife or your significant other to raise your child in a Christian Catholic.
Correct. Anyway,
yeah,
that's that.
That's that. So we're gonna hear compa. You don't like it? Sorry.
Sorry. Anyway, what was your question? Oh, you asked the public what?
Yeah, if it's $765 million, is that worth it? God damn, that's a lot of money. I mean, you know, I have my personal opinions, but I want to hear yours first before I go ahead and give mine.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys can drop a comment down below on the YouTube, or even I think you could drop a comment on Spotify.
Drop a comment on YouTube, on Spotify, DM us if you have to. You know, we'll definitely want to answer all your questions. All right, I'm not a Met hater, by the way. So I want this to be very clear. I'm not a Met hater, nor do I hate the Mets, nor do I, you know, want to say anything negative about them.
You know, a lot of your fan base don't feel the same way, which is unfortunate.
It's an unfortunate thing,
which
but
is fine.
It goes to your fan base. You know what I mean?
But I think your fan base is a little more.
I think we're a little spoiled too, but that's another topic.
But yeah, back on topic. Yeah, it's $765 million. Too much money for one baseball player. It is.
It's a lot of money, man. My personal opinion, I don't think it's worth that. But I do understand why, Uncle Steve did it. Listen, he was pressured, man. I mean, you have to understand. He bought the Mets recently, and he needed to come through. He needed to come through for the organization, for the fan base. But most importantly, he needed to do that for his players. He needed to give the players the understanding that he's there for the team and that he will do anything to get their team where they need to be to compete on a high level. So I don't blame. He needed to do that. I don't blame your owner. I think that is something that needed to be done. It's the perfect player to do it with because he's young. There's a lot of factors into this $765 million because you'll say, well, why Aaron Judge has a less contract, less years in the contract and, was paid, $365 million, I believe, because of his age. If you will put Judge in the same age category with Juan Soto, I'm pretty sure he would have had the same contract or something similar to it. But because of, age, obviously plays a big role.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, I agree. Yeah, he's 33, so I definitely see where that's coming from. Yeah, I mean, Uncle Steve, shout out to you, sir. If you ever in the future want to come on the podcast, that would be amazing. He's got the luxury where he can pay that much money for a player. He's got deep pockets. And not only that, he's like that whole area in Citi Field in Flushing, it's gonna be different in like 2027. So meaning there's a lot of the development coming up over there. There's gonna be casinos, there's gonna be a soccer stadium. So there's a lot of good things coming in that area. I mean, it's already beautiful. You go to Flushing Meadow Park, it's really nice. The U.S. Open, when it's around, it's also really, they make it look really nice. So there's a lot of development, and it's only going to get better. And you need people to go out there. And why better than to bring in that talent of a player into Citi Field? It's going to be a busy area. That's just what I think. I think he needed to make some kind of move. Like you said, also for the team, for the fans. I think he really does care about the fans. He cares. He saw something different in this postseason, and he got a taste of that. And I think now he's like, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get where we need to be, and that is to win a World Series.
And listen, yeah, and listen, he did the right move, and you can't blame him for what he did. And people think, oh man, Soto is the only move he did. I mean, if you really watch the winter meetings, that's not the only move he did. They also received Frankie Montas, and also they took away from the Yankees also Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes, man, believe it or not, man, I'm a big fan of them. I am personally heartbroken that we also lost him because I feel like he has something to prove, and I think he did very well in the playoffs to kind of redeem himself from a season that was a roller coaster. But he has nasty stuff. I mean, when his splitter is working, man, and his slider, I mean, it is terrible to watch. And so I think that the Mets have another great pitcher, and I think I'm not so sure, but I believe they're going to use him as a starting pitcher.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, they're from seeing and heard from all the Mets analysts, they're going to go with a 6-man rotation throughout the season.
They're doing the same thing the Dodgers. The Dodgers are trending, or transcenders, right? What's that word? Transcending, in the sense that they are using 6, even 7.
I mean, they've used their bullpen on us, for crying out loud. To fucking, which is fine. You do what you got to do to win a ball game. What's next? I think Pete Alonso.
That's a big hole to fill, man. I think that hole is a big fill hole. I mean, that's one of the most important positions in the game of baseball is first baseman. So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about that?
I would love to see Pete Alonso come back. I generally like the player. I think he's good for the team. I think he's a good leader. He puts up numbers. He didn't have a good season. He had a great season, but he's had better seasons.
Dude, he had a great playoff run.
His play, and I'll get to that in a minute. But just like overall, he's just a good person. I don't know him obviously, but he seems very genuine, very humble, respects the game. He makes his errors here, just like everybody, especially that big one in against the Brewers. And us Met fans know which one is that. But then he came back and he hit a three-run shot and won the game.
And that's the game of baseball.
I will never forget those moments just because I was at a watch party at Citi Field and they were in Milwaukee. Bro, it felt there was like 10,000 people in that stadium to watch the game in the Jumbotron. It felt like there was 80,000 in that stadium when he hit that 3-run shot. It was like I still get like goosebumps from watching that home run.
It was bonkers, right?
Oh my God, bro. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was one of those historic Mets highlights that are going to be replaying it for a while, because you have to understand when he made that crucial error, it was in a big moment and they were 3 outs away? Oh, no, 1 out away. Jesus. It was just, it was clutch. It was clutch.
Just to watch the little amount of people that were there, just being like, we were all like hugging each other, like if we won the World Series. Yeah. You know, it was that kind of feeling. And before that, when he went up to the at bat, we were all like, Pete Alonso, this is it. This is what's gonna get you your money. If you want to get paid and you want to come back, this is what you have to do. And he did it.
That hit erased everything he did in the season. You know, like that. You know, it doesn't matter what you do in those 162 games, is as long as you get to the postseason. And I could guarantee you that if you perform at that higher level, man, whatever you did in the season, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. And so, yeah, I agree with my compadre here. I think that you guys hopefully, get Pete Alonso back, because I think that his leadership role in that locker room is going to be crucial. Not that I don't believe that Soto will one day become a leader. He's going to have to, because he's signing a contract of 15 years. That's his team. I don't care what they say, Met fans, it's Lindor's team. No, it is not Lindor's team. Soto did not go to the Mets to be second. I'm a true believer that why he left the Yankees also is not because of the Yankees and the organization was not accommodating to him. All he has done is talk great about the organization. I just feel like he was never going to be number one. And in my opinion, and in my eyes, he was never going to be number one. He was always going to be the Robin to the Batman, because Judge for us is always going to be number one. And it's not a personal thing. It's not because, you came after Judge. You have to understand, Judge came from our farm system. Judge is one of us. He's the what they like to call our captain. He's our captain. And so he deserves that respect. He deserves to be treated, as the king of New York, the king of the Yankees. And so Soto, I truly believe that he had to move on, and I don't disagree with it. I agree with his decision. Did I take it personal? Absolutely, because the Yankees were offering him $760 million, actually for an extra year, which will be 16 years. But if you think about the difference, it's like $6 million more. I mean, I don't want to say that this kid is greedy. I'm not saying that. He could have easily gotten those $5-6 million from endorsements. So this has to be other reasons to it. And I believe that one of them was, he needed to be the number one guy.
Yeah, like the David Wright captain. I mean, time will tell if that happens. I think he's got to prove himself. A lot of people criticize him for not being a good fielder. And we've seen it. We've seen the highlights. He doesn't have that good of an arm. But, he's probably going to get different coach. He's going to get different people around him to help him get better. And, the Mets are going to help him do that, because they have the people to... I mean, everybody does, but I'm sure they're going to add much more to him because he's an expensive player. So they got to make sure that he's up to his game. But yeah, I think so too. I think he's gonna be the captain at one point. I mean, Lindor is an amazing player, and I think Lindor is at a point in his career where he's just gonna get better. He had a rough 2 months, the first 2 months last year, but then after that he went on a tear. He was second in MVP, right behind Ohtani, and that's debatable on if he. I mean, people say that he got robbed. you got to pay your. I mean, Ohtani won. He had over 50 home runs, over 50 steals, but he didn't pitch. So a lot of people think that Lindor's, he was on the field every day, came out to play every day.
He was playing hurt at one point.
And he was playing hurt. He got hurt late in the season, but he didn't miss too much time. But his average spoke for itself. Lindor was an amazing player. Like, he came through in a lot. Another memorable moment is when he hit that grand slam against the stupid Phillies, who I despise with a passion. And that moment was another one, clutch baseball. And that's expected from him. He's also a high volume player, very expensive player.
He's an all around player. And when I say all around player, is that he has all the tools of a professional baseball player. He hits for average. He hits for power. He's a great fielder. He hits from any angle of the field. I mean, he is a complete hitter when he's in the zone. So Lindor, man, has now his duel, and it's going to be very interesting how it's all going to turn out, because you need to understand, and this is important where you put Soto. I personally feel like he needs to be number 2, because I feel that when he is the number 2, he's just going to make Lindor better. Lindor is going to thrive with Soto hitting in the number 2 spot. Met fans, please drop your comments if you agree with me. Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan, but I know baseball, and I see Soto as the number 2, and it's gonna have a great effect on Lindor. But I also see my compadre's point of view of putting him in number 3, because it's gonna give Soto opportunity for a great RBI season. You put men on base, and the Mets are gonna score early. If you put a great hitter in the 1 and 2 spot, best assured that Soto is going to, put those guys in positions to score. So
correct. And we're gonna start transitioning a little bit to the other side of town over in the Bronx. But before we do that, back to the lineup. Yeah, I think if he hits third, then you have Vientos, which is gonna put more pressure on Vientos to do better, do the same, if not better, from last season. And I think Vientos he's gonna shine significantly this upcoming season.
Yeah, that kid's a superstar. I see that kid really it's good. It's really gonna have progress. And I think that he reminds me a lot of Correa. He hits for power. He's a great hitter. He knows the plate very well.
He loves the game. Like, you can see that he loves it. And
I felt like in the playoffs he was freaking clutch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he was the only consistent hitter that I felt like every time he went to the plate, I felt like something was going to happen. He always put the ball on play, whether he made an out, but it was a what's that word I'm looking for? It was like a worth it. Like, it was like the out was worth it, whether it was a sack fly, and
like he was productive.
He was productive in his outs. I mean, the guy was putting the ball on play. So yeah, this guy's gonna be a really, really good baseball player moving forward. You guys got a good one there. So
yeah, and then the other one last player that I'm gonna mention is obviously there's Jeff, who got hurt last year as well, Jeff McNeil, and then the catcher Francisco Alvarez, who he just that kid, he had a great rookie season. He is just too aggressive. He swings at just about everything, and he's always swinging for the fences. When he came up to the plate, he just wanted to hit it out of the park. In my head, I'm like, bro, just fucking hit it. Put the ball in play. You don't have to be a hero all the time. And I think he's gonna come up. He's gonna do his thing this year. I'm sure he's probably gotten criticized like crazy for trying to swing for the fences all the time by the media. The New York media is the best. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great lineup. Again, we got some holes to fix. We need pitching, bullpen for sure. Probably another solid starter, like a 3 or a 4. And then we need to fix either sign Pete Alonso or bring somebody. They're definitely gonna bring somebody up, or just pick up somebody else. to fill in that third first base gap.
I'm gonna piggyback on what you said. Also, I mean, you also guys need a relief pitcher.
The bullpen needs help.
Yeah, because Edwin Diaz can't do it on his own.
I mean, he was pitching in the 6th inning last year.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. How the game is evolving now. Now it's not about bridging from 6th inning to the 9th for the closer. Now it's more situational. Pitching versus batting. If it's a situation when the game is on the line in the 6th inning, guess what? They're gonna put the closer in because and that's what I saw in this playoff run. So yeah, it's gonna be a different dynamic. So yeah, Edwin Diaz needs help in that bullpen. You guys got a great arms there. I saw it, but when it comes to the playoff run and the Dodgers, which is too deep. Pause.
They had too many weapons from both sides of the plate and at the bat. And at the mound. Yeah, overall, really fucking excited to be a Met fan. Really excited for opening day. Really excited for this season. I'm thinking about making a trip to Port St. Lucie for my first time for spring training.
Sweet.
Why not go see, maybe get some autographs, take some pictures. But yeah, overall, fucking excited.
Oh, man.
All right,
Can't wait.
Now we're switching it up. We're going to go back to, like I said, going to go travel up to the Bronx and talk about your Yankees. And
thank the Lord. Look, I'm excited right now. To be quite honest, I am super, super, super excited for our addition to the pitching lineup.
Yeah. Before we get sorry to cut you off, but before we do that though, let's open up a beer and let's cheers to the.
You heard that, right?
Ooh.
Just to let you know, this is a ice cold Modelo. And if you are watching our YouTube channel, you'll see. Please.
Or a little sponsorship. Cheers, brother. To the Mets.
Cheers, brother. To the to baseball. But also I want to say cheers to our first episode.
We published it and now we're on episode 2. Cheers to that. Cheers to the podcast. A salud.
Oh, that was a good one.
Good. Anyway, Yankee talk. Let's go. Talk to me about the Yankees.
Talk.
What are we doing? What are they doing?
Man, I'm super excited, man. We just signed a great, I was going to say solid, but no, it's more than solid. It's a great left-handed pitcher by the name of Max Fried, which I didn't know. He's actually he's from the community around the area, I believe.
Like from
I'm not
from
so
Queens?
sure. No, not from Queens. I'm not so sure, but I know that he was a Yankee fan.
Oh, okay, got it.
So it's good to have him with us. We're talking about a lefty pitcher that could pitch. It's a strong. When I mean a strong pitcher, I mean he could throw at a high level. But not only that, he is a contact pitcher, and what I mean by that is that he lets the batters touch the ball, but to be when I say touch the ball, no pause, it means ground balls. So in order for that to happen, the hitter needs to hit the ball. They'll have a ground out, and it will be an automatic out for the people that don't know what baseball is.
Yeah, I mean, this kid is obviously the Mets seen him plenty of times when he's pitched for the Braves, and he's definitely done his damage against us. I mean, this kid, he keeps the ball in the park. His ERA is pretty solid. Its overall career ERA is really good.
I think it was the highest of any elite pitcher. His ERA is 2.81, and I think that's the number one lowest ERA in the past, I think, 8 years.
Yeah, I mean he's a solid pitcher. My question and my only thoughts about this: he's 30 years old, right? And you guys gave him 8 years, correct, for $218 million. To me, no opt-outs. To me, I strongly think
no opt-outs, no trading clause.
I personally wouldn't give a pitcher that many years. If I was the owner of a team, I wouldn't give that much money for a pitcher. Also, this kid, he's gotten hurt. Everybody gets hurt. He's I overheard that he's injury prone. I don't know that, but everybody is. Everybody can get hurt.
Mm-hmm. The nature of the beast. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I think that 8 years, 18 million, I believe, for 8 years. Yeah, it's a little little too much for a pitcher that is on his 30s. However, though, when it comes to the injury prone, I don't know what people are saying that he just recently got injured. He's been very consistent for the Braves. I mean, I am so psyched because he's coming from an organization that take real seriously about pitching. Atlanta Braves, that's all they do. They make pitching machines. Think about it. Sale from Boston to Atlanta. God damn it. He became the Cy Young winner.
Did he win the Cy Young?
I think he did. And you know why? Because that organization knows what the hell they're doing when it comes to pitching. So I think that Max Fried is going to be a great addition. And it's funny, I just pulled out the stats. His stats with Soto. Soto's stats for Fried is 9 out of 36.
Yeah, you know what? Thank God that he's not. We're not going to see him. So good, you guys take him.
Yeah, but we're super excited. That lineup, that pitching rotation just got way better, and I truly believe, not disrespecting Rondon, because I think that Rondon did a magnificent job last year. That was his comeback year, and he just did amazing. And I think that he's going just to get better. He's going to get really, 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 really good at what his role is going to be in that rotation. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. I think Rendon is also a very good talented player. He's going to be the three now?
I think he's going to be the 3 now. I don't like the fact that it could be Garrett Cole and then 2 lefties. So I'm pretty sure. I mean, look, we're also in pursuit of this Japanese pitcher, which I really feel confident we're going to get him, because I don't think the Yankees are going to let Uncle Steve beat them again. And now that they have the money, they've
always had the money.
Yeah, they always had the money, but they obviously, now we know one number that we're going to give Soto. Now, the Yankee fans know you better not lose to Uncle Steven again.
Which brings me up to my next topic. Do you think this was a panic move from the Yankees, signing a pitcher for 8 years for $218 million, that they needed to make a move because they got outbid by the Mets and
But I have very confident in the organization and the scouting, and obviously with all the analytics and all these gadgets and technology now that are part of baseball, they're going to get there. So I have a lot of confidence in that. I also feel very confident in the organization and their plans. What they like to call Plan B.
Who is Plan B for the Yankees?
For me personally, I think the Yankees had a strategy post Soto. It wasn't like they came in there being confident. No. Sasaki, yeah. I don't think that is our plan. I'm a true believer and confident that we need to replace Soto. And so now I'm going to ask myself this question. Can we even replace Soto? And the answer is no, but we could get close. And the player that I want and that I hope we get is that gentleman, that baseball player by the name of, his last name is Tucker. His first name is Kyle, right? Kyle Tucker from the Houston Astros. If this deal gets done, because it's going to be a trade deal, they're asking for Luis Gil, just recent Rookie of the Year for the Yankees. I hope they do it, because that means that we're going to get a lefty tailor-made for Yankee Stadium. Super underrated. I mean, I don't the amount of people that don't know this kid, and I seen him because he plays with the Yankees. He comes to Yankee Stadium and demolish us. This kid is a great hitter. He doesn't strike a lot. Has a great on-base percentage. He hits for power. He's a great hitter. I mean, he's going to be a great addition. Is he a Soto? No. Is he close? Yes. And that's all we need. We just need to fill in the gaps, fill in the roles. And I think if we do get Tucker, we're going to be in a good position. We obviously need to fill in first base. That's another hole that we have that we need to fill in. And I feel like strongly that, me personally, everybody's saying Corey Bellinger, should be one option.
That's an option, but that's not going to do it.
I agree. I think the one that I really want, and even though he is in that age range where he's becoming like a veteran and older, but I still like him, is Christian Walker.
I like him too.
Because he has a championship pedigree. He is the leader in that clubhouse. And I think that that's what the Yankees need. They need another leadership with Judge and with Garrett Cole. And he's that type of dude. And first baseman is a crucial position. And I feel that Christian Walker is going to be the right man for the job. So if the Yankees, if you're listening, please get this man now. And I guarantee you we're going to be in the postseason and pretty much back in the World Series.
Wow, that's a lot of talk. I mean, that's a lot of very confident.
Very confident because I
Classic
love that
Yankee
guy. Nah, I just know that position is a big role.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Kyle Tucker is good. He's young. He's 27. I think he definitely, like you said, he's not a Soto, but he's a great young player. But there's other options as well. There's, like you said, what's his name you just mentioned?
We're talking about Corey Bellinger.
Bellinger is another one, and then you also have Anthony Santander from Baltimore, who also had
yes Santander.
good year.
It's a great year. It was a surprising year. I mean, even though I felt like he was always a good hitter, but he turned it up a notch.
For sure. I mean, he
opened
hit
eyes.
235, 44 home runs, and 102 RBIs. That's a good number right there. I'll take that.
Absolutely. Another guy that I want. But, I don't know if it's possible, but there's been talks. It's because we need to also fill this gap, the third base role. They're talking about Alex Bergman. Oh, we get that guy. We're talking about another person that, knows how to play third base. He knows.
He's a champion.
He's a champion. He's been in playoffs runs. I mean, that's another leader there. I mean, like I said, if we could fill those roles, the Yankees need to fill the infield. They need to fill the infield in the defensive mode, because you have a pitcher by the name of Max Fried that is a contact hitter. That is a contact pitcher, meaning hitters are going to hit for ground balls. So you need that infield to be intact. I'm talking about you need to have a defensive infield. There shouldn't be no more errors. So you need to have a great third baseman, right? Because he's a lefty. So what happens if you put a lefty with a righty? Oh, it's gonna go to the third base. So we need to have a great infield. We need to have, in all aspects, we need to have a great first baseman. We need to have a second baseman, which obviously we're going to have a good one, because if we get a great third baseman, Jazz Chisholm is going to go to second base. Volpe, proven to be a good defensive shortstop with a great arm. And then whoever we could fill in third base has to be a great defender. We do that, we'll be great. And then we got Wells, which is a great catcher. He's becoming a great leader in that role. So I'm pretty excited. If we could fill those infield with a great defensive team, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, there's a lot of gaps to fill over there in the Bronx, which is it's gonna be. Again, they have the money. They can just go out there and start shopping. But I do think we touched on the homie from Japan, Sasaki.
That's another dude.
I honestly and truly believe he's probably gonna go to the Dodgers. I think he's gonna. They got the money.
Not about the money. I think it's just the high recruitment.
Yeah,
he's gonna go with his boys.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that kid can pitch. He's gonna be. The Dodgers are gonna be there for a while.
You could be right at that, compadre, but every human being is different. So I'm hoping he's coming to these winter meetings knowing, like, hey, listen, man, I just don't want to be part of just with the guys that I know. Maybe he wants to be his own guy. Become an ace for a different team. It doesn't have to be the Yankees. I'm just saying in general, his mentality. A lot of the decisions also is made out of the mental state of a player. Just like when you sign a contract, there's little things that triggered their decision. So I think that this pitcher is going to take his time. I think that he's going to look at all the teams and is going to look for areas of where he could succeed. I just hope the Yankees do take him, because I feel that's going to be another big signing for us. And it's going to probably put us in a good position to, win the division again, and then and then defend our American League championship, and in the hopes of going back to the World Series and beat down the Soto and the Met fans, and I'll be in happy camper.
Hold your horses there, bro.
I know it's a little,
Hold your horses.
It's the beer talking.
I mean, all the off-season stuff is still going on, so there's definitely a lot of moves. Our main focus is the Mets and the Yankees, as obviously we've discussed in this podcast. It's going to be great. I'm excited. I can't wait. Before we start wrapping it up, I just wanted to give a quick mention to David Wright is actually getting his number retired at Citi Field, which is great.
Captain America.
That's right. I don't know. They haven't said exact date, but I'm excited, and I would definitely be there. My wife and I are huge David Wright fans.
Yeah,
we were
I heard about it.
On his last day of him playing the game.
Super emotional.
Great player. He unfortunately he had a huge setback and was never able to play the game again. But he deserves it. He's gonna get his number retired, and I'm really thrilled about it. I'm happy. Good for him.
Yeah, really thrilled. Happy for him and his family. Well deserved. The man is a great baseball player, but above all, he is a great human being, of what I heard. And not only that, he was great to the community. So kudos to him. Really happy. Captain America, we salute you. Now, before we change topics, we want to speak about something that we're very passionate about also, but we wanted to just let the fan base know for our podcast. Please, shoot us a DM, give us a opinion, or you want for us to answer any questions like in regards to this episode. Give your questions. We're more than happy to answer them in our comments. And we want you guys to be more involved.
Yeah, give us a follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and especially on YouTube, if you want to drop a comment down, please do. We're working on video right now. That's going to take some work. Obviously, we're just trying to get accustomed to all this, the video aspect of it. But if you're listening to us on YouTube, be sure to hit a like and drop a comment and subscribe, please.
Yeah, man, subscribe. Like if you could relate to our episode, relate, share, subscribe, and thank you. We really want to thank you for giving us the opportunity and hearing us out. So much appreciated.
Definitely. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everybody that listened to us on the previous episode, and for the next episodes that are there to come. Thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts, like I said in the beginning of this party.
Yeah. And for the last 5 minutes, I just wanted to just mention, compadre, about, Christmas, is coming. And I feel I'm already in the holiday spirit. Obviously, the Mets and Christmas came early
for us, boy.
But, what is your traditional Christmas extravaganza? Like, what is that your family do? And then I'll share, I guess, my traditions. But yeah, anything that you want to share about Christmas in a sense? Yeah,
we'll talk Christmas briefly, and what we do it from my side of the family is we do a white elephant. White elephant is basically everybody gets a gift, and it's a random gift. It can be range from $1 to $100, whatever. Obviously, we never go that high. It's just for fun. We each buy random gifts, and then we sit it in the middle of the floor. And then we usually go by oldest to youngest, and they pick a gift that's in the floor, and whatever it is, the second person can either steal the gift that first person got, like something similar to that. But yeah, it's randomly. Like a couple of years ago, I'm always like to make a joke. I put a pack of tortillas and just wrapped it up and put it in a box, or like beans, just to have a good time. I wrapped up some tequila a couple of years ago. Last year I got a nice little China set, which was nice. Little things like that. That's what. Yeah, it's fun. You guys should try it.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Get the family together. So it's like a whole. Everyone is like involved. So that's cool to to know.
And then obviously we play loteria.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I do that same loteria.
You know, there's a new loteria out apparently.
I didn't know.
Yeah, there's with like new figures and shit.
I probably wouldn't like it. I stay classic.
Next episode, we're gonna be talking about it,
Okay.
and I've seen the actual pictures, but I haven't seen what are they and is it different? Is it the same thing, or I think it's just new icons. So instead of like el borracho is like, I don't know, something trendy, I guess.
Well, I mean, you know, for the generation, you know, probably it's good, but for me, it's more classic. My traditional thing, it's not really, you know, just being with the family, sitting down in the kitchen and having a great dinner, and you know, opening maybe one present in Christmas Eve and then the rest on Christmas Day. But I think that the tradition that we had, that we are still having, is that I dress as Santa Claus for the little ones. So they you know, they kind of are surprised when they see Santa for the first time. I did that with the little ones last year, and they were just they were scared because, you know, obviously it's a stranger for them. So they feel they don't know exactly who Santa Claus is, but they felt a little like happy that I came as Santa. They didn't recognize me. I think maybe the little one, the 2-year-old was like,
yeah, I know this guy.
But I think that I played it safe. But yeah, I love to dress as Santa Claus. I love to be in the holiday spirit. It's a great feeling. And so, you know, my tradition is that, to be able to be with the family and dress as Santa Claus, and just give my children the gift of just being able to smile and to feel, you know, the excitement and to enjoy the holiday. So yeah, that's my cult. That's my thing, you know, just dressing as Santa Claus, being with the family and enjoying every minute, because, you know, time always, you know, goes by us very quickly. And once you know it, they're grown up and they're moving on with their lives.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, but we'll get into that on the next episode. But again, I want to say it again, and I'm sorry if I'm repetitive. Thank you very much to all those who are listening, who listened to the previous one. Really, really happy that you guys did, and I'm excited to keep going on this journey. Come on, buddy, let's wrap it up, brother.
Yep. I'm sorry. I just drank a little sip of the Modelo. But yes, thank you to everyone. We love you. We have a lot of respect for you guys. Keep on listening. We're just going to get better. We're just getting started. This is Small Talk with Compa, episode 2. I am Will
Denier. Later.